think, imagine that we're talking to an audience that has maybe heard that term, but doesn't have any real idea of how that might impact them in the development of AI.
Yeah.
How would you explain the reasonable debate that people in your field are having about this right now?
Well, I think there are two pieces. I mean, so what does open source mean? It means that people can build a lot of different things, right? So at a high level, I look at the vision that a bunch of companies have, right? So OpenAI, Google, they're building an AI, right? Like one AI that I think in general, they're like, okay, this is going to be, it's like they think you're going to use Gemini or ChatGPT for like all of the different things that you want to interact with. And at a high level, that's just not how I think the world is going to go. I think we're going to have a lot of different AI systems, just like we have a lot of different apps. I think in the future, every business, just like they have a website and a phone number and an email address and a social media account, is also going to have an AI that can interact with their customers to help them sell things, to help them do support. I think a lot of creators will have their own AIs, right? I think like a lot of people will interact with a bunch of different things. There's a question of, okay, do you want a future that's fundamentally kind of very concentrated and where you're interacting with kind of one system for everything? Or do you want one where a lot of different people are building a lot of different AIs and systems, just kind of like you probably didn't want there to be just one app or just one website. It's like a richer world when there's a diversity of different things. So that's one piece, is just giving people the ability to build it themselves. And what open source does, it makes it so that everyone can take and modify the model and build stuff on top of it, which is different from the kind of closed and centralized approach. The safety debate is a specific part of this, which is in a world where AI gets smarter and smarter, what's the way that we have the highest chance of having a kind of positive future and not having a lot of the safety concerns? And I think some people think that if we keep the model closed and don't give it to a lot of developers, that should make it safer because then you don't get bad developers doing bad things with the model. Historically, I think what we've seen with open source is actually the opposite, which is that this is not the first open source project, right?